Wide receiver 28 last year. Current ADP is wide receiver 27. You have him significantly higher than me. What's happening?
I mean, why do I have him higher than you?
Yeah.
He's my wide receiver 26. There's two reasons really why I love Tee Higgins this year. The first reason is looking at his involvement in the offense in 2020. From week 3 onwards, T was the guy in this offense. Okay, the guy Joe Burrow was looking at, his favorite target. He was getting the red zone opportunities. Tee Higgins was a guy after week 3. And by the way, for those first couple weeks, the only reason he wasn't the guy is because they thought AJ Green was still good. They're like, let's force some targets to AJ Green. Let's see if AJ Green still got anything. He didn't. Mm-hmm. From weeks 3 to 10, right before Joe Burrow got hurt, Tee Higgins was the wide receiver 11 in all of fantasy football. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm not, probably the reason why you're scared. Jamar Chase comes in, right? I just don't see a reason to fade Tee Higgins because of Jamar Chase. And there's still going to be a ton of targets available in this offense. So you take out AJ Green. AJ Green had 104 targets last year. Okay. Did the defense get better? No, they lost like a top 10 cornerback. They did not get better defensively. Did they address any defensive needs in the early part of their draft? No, they got another wide receiver. Their plan is quite obvious. Hey, we're going to be really bad on defense. Let's just get better on offense. I'm not going to fade Tee Higgins because of Jamar Chase. I see this very similarly to like a Larry Fitzgerald and Quan Bolden. These both can be great wide receivers. Yeah, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 1A, 1B. Both of these guys can be relevant. I'm not worried about Tee Higgins because of Jamar Chase. He's super talented. And by the way, out of camp, we keep hearing he's gotten better. He's gotten even better. He's more explosive this year somehow.
And my only rebuttal is that I'm not saying that Tee Higgins won't be fantasy relevant or he's not going to see targets. I think he's going to be the one that's going to be affected by that.
See, I don't think so. That's how do you have a budding star and you're just like, oh, now that we've got another wide receiver, we're just going to kind of put you as a third guy. It's more like
they're not
going
to put him as a third. They're not going to say, hey, you know what? We're just going to stop utilizing you. They're just going to say, you know what? Jamar Chase is going to be the number one guy in this offense.
Well, you have him as a wide receiver 33. Yeah. That feels disrespectful to me.
Look, the reason why I have him 33 is because I can't take him above in my projections, in my the way I'm seeing in my thought process of what's going on. If we really look at it, this is how.
Let me ask you, who's your wide receiver 32 then? Who's your wide receiver 30? I would really love to know who you're taking over Tee Higgins.
I'm taking
because
Debo.
I'm sure it's going to infuriate me.
I'm taking Debo. I'm taking Jerry Jeudy. I'm taking Robbie Anderson at the moment.
You're taking Jerry Jeudy, who, we don't really know what his quarterback's going to be. You're going to take him over Tee Higgins?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, I will.
Sheesh.
Look,
I love Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have a quarterback.
And I'm not saying that I don't like Tee Higgins, but when you really look at Tee Higgins, this is how I see it. Okay, when you look at the stats of when Joe Burrow was playing, obviously week 1 through 10 he got hurt. Week 10, Tyler Boyd, which I believe will be the wide receiver 2 in this offense, had 76 targets when Joe Burrow was in. Okay, who's the future of this franchise? Joe Burrow.
Burrow and Tee Higgins.
Let me listen.
Jamar Chase.
Let me continue. 1 through 10. Week 1 through 10. Tee Higgins, 61 targets. He had 15 more targets than Tyler Boyd.
Okay, so
Tyler Boyd has 60 more targets than Tee Higgins.
If you're taking weeks 1 to 10, Tee Higgins wasn't a part of this game plan until week 3. What? So of course it's going to be skewed.
But he was still not. Was he not on the team? Anyways, it doesn't matter. From when Joe Burrow got hurt, obviously that flipped.
I just told you they forced targets to AJ Green in the first 2 weeks.
You're right.
Of course, the numbers are going to be skewed.
So what happens next is that when Joe Burrow gets hurt, the tides flip. Tee Higgins is now the wide receiver 2 because he's getting more targets. He has 47 targets from week 11 to 17, and Tyler Boyd, he didn't miss a game. But at that time, he had 34 targets, 13 more targets than Tyler Boyd, Tee Higgins had from weeks 11 to 17. I personally think that speaks volumes, in my opinion. When I look at an offense and when I'm drafting somebody, I look at their targets and their production. Don't get me wrong. Their targets in total were very close. But when Joe Burrow was in the game playing, Tyler Boyd was targeted 15
Dude, those
more
numbers
times.
are massively skewed again because they wanted to show that AJ Green was still a good wide receiver. They were forcing him targets the first 2 weeks. Of course, the numbers are skewed.
If that's the case, how about this? This is my thought process. Jamar Chase takes AJ Green's targets. I think we both agree on that, right? Tyler Boyd is either going to get the same amount of targets or a little bit less.
See, here's the difference. I see Tee Higgins, Jamar Chase, they're going to be viewed very similarly in this offense. Tyler Boyd's the guy on the outs for me. Not that it's significant enough not to draft him because he's still going to be valuable. But, I mean, this has turned into a Tyler Boyd versus Tee Higgins debate.
And it's okay. I think people want to hear that. You know, like, if we really look at, I just want to say one more thing, okay? Targets, 108 targets Tee Higgins had, 110 targets Tyler Boyd had. It's not significant. 2 more targets more. And I completely agree. I just think that at the end, in my opinion, yes, Tee Higgins is the future, but who is more talented right now and a veteran wide receiver that knows this offense in and out? I personally think it's Tyler Boyd, and Boyd.
You're literally like contradicting yourself because Joe Burrow's the future. Well, who's technically the more talented wide receiver right now? Tyler Boyd, which by the way, that's not true.
I'm not saying that.
Tee Higgins is a more talented guy. Why would they not? Tee Higgins is a more talented wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not.
Okay, so why would they not grow in like with their youth of Joe Burrow and Tee Higgins?
I think Tyler Boyd still has a talent to be a good wide receiver. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
I just feel like the argument is like you're discrediting Tyler Boyd, and we're not excited about.
I'm not discrediting him. I think he's going to be a great value this year. All 3 of these guys are going to be fantasy relevant. Again, if Teddy Bridgewater can make 3 wide receivers top 24 guys, I don't see any reason why Joe Burrow can't do that.
Yeah.
Right? So we're probably picking at things that don't matter because all these guys are going to be good.
Yeah.
But Tee Higgins specifically, like I see him more as a wide receiver 1A, 1B with Chase. You see Chase as a clear wide receiver 1 and Boyd as a 2 and Higgins as a 3. And I just don't see why they would do that.
I think best way
he's so talented
I can put it is that Tyler Boyd is 2A and Tee Higgins is 2B. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, we're going to disagree, as always.
Yo, what's good?
What
Thanks
up?
for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
Now,
it.
You can also subscribe
Right now.
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.